Welcome, welcome, welcome to day 3 of Walmart Beauty Fest. I will hold for your applause. Thank you. Thank you for being here. It is our last day together and it's a very festive day. It's St. Patrick's Day. Cheers, everybody. I wanted to drink green beer, but it's 10 a.m. where I am, so I thought green water was the next best thing. Plus, we learned yesterday in our skincare day, I need to hydrate. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Cheers to all of you who have taken a little bit of time out of your day for you and more for your hair. I'm Jessie Cruikshank. I am your host today, and I'm not afraid to say it. My hair is my best feature. Okay. People have asked me like, would you ever cut it or change it? And I'm like, would J-Lo get rid of her butt? Would Angelina get rid of her lips? Absolutely not. This is it for me. Okay. This is all I have. My hair is my thing. And today it's going to get even better because we are talking hair care 101, washing, styling, coloring. We are covering it all today and taking all of your questions. And this has been the most fun part of Beauty Fest over the course of the last 2 days is hearing from you, getting your questions. Do not be afraid to ask us anything in the chat. We want you to walk away feeling like you got everything you wanted answered. Our first session is called hyaluronic acid for your hair? Question mark? I'm glad there's a question mark because I have questions. Yesterday in our skincare day, we learned that it's great to hydrate the skin with hyaluronic acid, but now you're telling me it has benefits for the hair. I need an expert to tell us more. And I happen to have the perfect co-host to do just that. You may know her from her hair and makeup tutorials or as the founder of Xander Vintage. Maybe you recognize her from her global campaigns for L'Oreal Colorista or NYX, not to mention the cover of Flair magazine. She is hashtag hair goals. She is stunning. She is way cooler than I will ever be. She is Alana Durkovich.
Hi. I'm so excited to be here. I got my green on. I'm ready to go.
Yes.
I'm excited to talk to you today.
You're so festive. Now, do you have green water or a green beverage on hand?
No, I don't. I have some packaging and products with green packaging. Does that count?
Yes, show it to me right now and I'll let you know if it counts. Okay.
Does this count?
Oh, she has a Garnier. She has absolutely. She has a green Garnier bottle. And I hope we'll get to that because I know you're going to talk us through some of your favorite products. And like, I just need to ask you, because I've always wondered when I look at you on Instagram, I'm like, how long does it take her to make her hair that incredible?
I don't know. Well, thank you. That's so flattering. But I could say the same for you, honestly. You're known for your hair and I'm obsessed with your hair. So vice versa.
Okay. So what, like 40 minutes, 10 minutes? Like what's your hair routine in the morning?
45 minutes is good. I mean, if I'm doing my hair, 45 minutes is good. Some days I'm just doing nothing, COVID pandemic. But when I have an excuse to do it, a good 45 minutes.
Okay, I like that. I hate when people with great hair are like, oh, I just like 5 minutes. I just blew it. I'm like, no, I want to know the real, tell me the truth. 45 minutes. All right. So today you're going to talk us through a few new hair trends. You're going to talk us through some tricks, some technology. We're going to start with hyaluronic acid for your hair. So just let's get into it. What are the benefits?
Yes. So hyaluronic acid, we know and love it for our skin, right? I mean, its ability to retain water about 1,000 times its weight in water, which is incredible. It absorbs water in its surrounding area. So when it comes to your skin, it retains that moisture. And it's the exact same thing for your hair. It's going to retain that moisture and promote that hydration.
So how can we like identify dehydrated hair? When do we know that we need to try starting a product with hyaluronic acid because we need to get that moisture back in? Like what are the...
There's a few different ways. Sometimes it's hard to identify, but if you're looking in the mirror and you're seeing your hair is looking a bit more dull, it's losing that shine, if it feels a bit more brittle or a bit more rough or stiff in texture, those are all indicators that it's a bit dehydrated.
Yeah, I feel like my hair has been all of those things for the last 2 years and it's in desperate need of a little like tender love and care. So what are you, I know that you have the L'Oreal, or you love the Hyaluron Plump. This is L'Oreal Paris. It's a shampoo and conditioner. And this has hyaluronic acid in it?
Yeah, so the Hyaluron Plump is formulated with hyaluronic acid. So you're getting those moisture, you're getting that, retaining that moisture, hydration, all those benefits from this product, this collection.
So this is a whole collection. Is there more? There's more than
Yes,
just
there's a whole collection. There's a serum as
Yeah.
well that you apply after you're in the shower. Your hair is still damp. You're going to spray it all over your hair. And, when you're in the shower, you're using the shampoo, conditioner, the mask, right? But then you rinse it off. So you want to use something that will last all day for a good 72 hours. It's going to hold in that moisture and hold in that hydration. So you want to spray it all over your hair, and it's going to make your hair feel, there's going to be more bounce and body, and it's going to even enhance your natural texture. It's lovely.
Okay, because I am a person who has my hair's fine, so I'm terrified of product. Are any of these, especially like the spray that we spray on when our hair is damp and we leave in, are they going to weigh my hair down or revive my dry hair without doing that?
No, so this is great. So, hyaluronic acid in itself is a lightweight ingredient. So it's formulated with hyaluronic acid. So this is incredibly lightweight, and it's going to keep that hydration for a good 72 hours. You're not going to need to apply any more product that will weigh it down.
Okay, I love that. I mean, I'm like anyone who pulls, if someone's doing my hair at the salon, anyone who pulls a product out, I'm literally like, it's like a gun. I'm like, I don't want it, but this is good to know. It's lightweight. Okay, so I'm going to try this tomorrow morning. So you mentioned a mask, and I know that this is the Hyaluron Plump mask. I will do a face mask. I have not really done a hair mask in probably 15 years. So talk me through this.
What?
I know.
Okay. No, it's all good. So you're going to shampoo your hair, right? Everyone does. You use a conditioner to detangle your hair, but every once in a while, you want to use a mask about maybe like 1 to 2 times a week to replace that conditioner, just to boost that hydration and get your hair, extra silky, defrizz, lock in that moisture, all those things.
So how do we use the mask? So we're going to wash our hair. Imagine we're in the shower. Imagine me in the shower. I'm washing my hair. I'm conditioning my hair normally, and then I'm putting the mask on.
Well, usually you'll replace it. So instead of your conditioner for that time in that shower, you're going to use a mask instead.
And am I going to put the mask on from roots to tips and let it sit?
Yes. So, conditioners detangle your hair, right? And so same with a mask as well, but it's going to boost that hydration. So you want to use it from root to tip, all over, massage it in, leave it in for a good 2 to 3 minutes, and then rinse it out.
Okay, so this requires some pre-planning. So we're going in, we're washing our hair, we're rinsing it, we're applying our L'Oreal Hyaluron Plump mask from root to tip. 2 to 3 minutes, we're shaving our legs, we're getting our armpits nice and clean, we're washing our bodies, and then we're rinsing it out. It's not like we have to walk around with saran wrap around our head, marinating the mask in. Okay, so this is totally doable, very easy. Incorporate, and then we can throw on the serum at the end.
Yes, exactly. Throw it on there, and it's fantastic for all hair types too. Like it's one of these products that are super lightweight. Any hair products, and hyaluronic acid itself is a very gentle, natural occurring substance, so it's fantastic.
And it's not something that we're just trying and using once. This is like a product line that people should be trying. And if it works for you, and if you notice that your hair is a little more vibrant, has a little more life in it, then this is a product you stick with, right?
Oh, exactly. It's all about experimenting and seeing what works for you.
And by the way, I love an experiment that's not going to cost a fortune. All of these products are available at Walmart. They're super affordable, or walmart.ca. We have questions coming in the chat. I'm so glad we got this one. This one gets an air horn. Often should you wash your hair, Alana?
Okay, everyone has a different answer to this, and it all depends on your hair type. If your hair is a bit more drier, if you're producing more oils, it's all different. Some people wash their hair daily, and if that works for them, that works for them. Personally, I'll wash my hair probably 3 to 4 times a week, if that. So then that's where I'll use shampoo and conditioner, but then 2 times, maybe 1 to 2 times per week, then I'll use a mask.
Okay, gotcha.
Mhm.
And someone asked about the mask versus conditioner. So you will replace your conditioner those, those couple times a week with the mask.
Yeah, exactly.
And if we have oilier hair, is it wise to use the mask just from like mid-range down if we don't want to get like that oil? Because I rarely condition my
Yeah.
roots. Yeah.
Oh, me too. I don't condition my roots at all. I shampoo my roots, and usually after I shampoo, I won't even shampoo my ends. I'll just let that naturally flow out, and it will like wash a little bit of that end anyways as you rinse, and then I will condition my roots from here to here.
She doesn't wash the ends of her hair, ladies and gentlemen. These are serious beauty secrets. Okay. Well, I will say, to answer that person's question in the chat, I used to had to wash my hair every day, or like I couldn't function. Like I was just had a lot of emotional trauma around unwashed hair. And then the pandemic hit, and now maybe 2 times a week do I give it a wash, maybe. And like it's easier to style when you get a little built up
Yeah, that
product.
texture, that natural texture. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, I agree.
Okay, I love that. Last question is this range of product good for all hair types? I am a curly haired gal, she says in the chat.
Oh, yes, all hair types. It's very gentle. Yeah, try it out, see if it works for you. But yeah, again, hyaluronic acid is very gentle, naturally occurring substance. So yes.
Love that. And by the way, we're going to have hairstylist and expert Janet Jackson come on in a little bit to talk about curly hair specifically. So if you are a curly haired gal in the chat, just you wait. You're going to get all the products and all the tips for how to handle those curls. Okay, last question about this, the Hyaluron Plump. Is it something that will benefit my hair for like a few days, or is this something that can really change my hair texture in the long term?
Yeah, so I mean, this is something that you want to use with continued use, but also this will last a good 72 hours. It's going to lock in that hydration for a good 72 hours afterwards. So that's amazing.
That's amazing. And can, like, if you're feeling that dry, sort of brittled hair, it can be something that gives you that extra something. We've been talking about hyaluronic acid and sort of the benefits for the hair. Do you have any other styling tricks for people who want to get a little more volume?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is great for volume as well because it's going to build that. It's lightweight, right? And it fills in the cracks that with your hair, with damaged hair. So you're going to have that volume as well. But you know, like I use dry shampoo for my roots that will build it up. I don't know about you, but I'd love a good dry shampoo or a texture spray. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, please, I wouldn't have gotten through the last 2 years without dry shampoo. I used to put straight out baby powder in my hair. And then I was like, oh, there's a better way. Okay. Well, I love that. So the Hyaluron Plump, we talked about, the whole product line is at Walmart or walmart.ca. And by the way, I don't like to use anything. I don't like to describe anything as plump, but I feel like the hair is something that we want. We want a plumpness to our hair. So thank you, Elena, already dropping hair care secrets. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to move on to our next session, and you're going to want to brace yourselves because this is a shampoo revolution. Forget squeezing shampoo out of a bottle into your hand and then putting it on your hair. That's so 2021. Allow me to introduce you to, I think this needs a drum roll, ladies and gentlemen, the Whole Blends Shampoo Bar. I'm putting applause. I'm not sure if it's worthy of applause yet. Alana, you really need to talk us through the shampoo bar, because honestly, when I got this, I was like, it reminds me of a time. We get very personal. We've been getting personal here. So I'm going to share a personal story. I was on my honeymoon and I like looked across this honeymoon suite and I saw my husband washing his hair with the hotel bar soap. And I was
oh no,
honey, there is shampoo on the little, in the counter, there's just a bottle right there for you. And he was like, I couldn't reach it. And in that moment, I was like, I don't think our marriage is going to work. Man is washing his hair with bar soap, but maybe he was ahead of his time. So talk to us about this shampoo bar.
Oh yeah, I think he was on to something. That's so funny. So yeah, the Whole Blends shampoo bar. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like we said, shampoo revolution. this thing is awesome. It's so tiny too, it's so cute, but also it has zero plastic packaging. It's 100% recyclable packaging, which is amazing. But then also it's full of hair care, full of hair care. You're not losing out on that nourishment. And then it's 94% plant-based ingredients. So there's no silicones, there's no preservatives, no dyes. And then also it's really easy to use. We'll touch on that, but it's so easy to use. And also it can last for a good maybe 40 plus washes, depending on your hair length, which is quite a bit.
Oh my gosh. By the way, I just opened it. I want to try it out while we're on this,
Oh yes.
on this Beauty Fest, but I just opened it up and the smell is like so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a Garnier product. And of course, like Garnier has really encouraged everybody to be taking one green step to reduce their carbon footprint. And I think this feels like a really easy way to incorporate that into our beauty routine. Like you can get full hair care for your hair and zero plastic for the planet, which is really amazing.
Yeah, it's so seamless, that transition. Such a great way to get that one green step in, you're right, because you're not losing any of that hair care. It's just as nourishing as a liquid shampoo. And then plus there is no plastic packaging, which is amazing. We need more of this. We need more of this.
I actually thought, I was like, do you think it'll be like cigarettes? Like one day we'll look back and say, remember when we used to use shampoo in bottles? Like this might be
funny because this is not a novel idea. You know what? Like this has been around for centuries. It's kind of humbling that we're bringing it back to those beginnings. But what flavor do you have? What scent?
Oh, I didn't know there were different scents. Okay, I have coconut and organic aloe vera.
Aloe vera. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I have this one right here beside me. It's the Honey Treasures. It smells so good. I actually have a girlfriend who put in one of these in her linen closet because it smells so good.
It seriously smells so good. When I opened, you were talking and I opened the box and I was like, oh, I lost focus entirely. Okay, so I have a sink back here. I want to try it as we're talking. I'm going to move my cam. Because I want to see the texture. I want to see the lather. So talk me through it. How do we use it?
Sure. So you want to get it wet first and foremost, right? So get some water running. You want to rub it in your hands. You want to lather it up and it's going to immediately produce. It's going to foam up immediately. Show that. Yeah. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. There it is. So yeah, you want to keep lathering it up. You're going to see that foaming action and you're not going to apply it on your hair, obviously, but if you're in the shower, that is when you're going to get your hair wet. You're going to lather your roots to tip. You're going to massage it in. It's going to produce that foam. It's going to clean your hair. And then you're going to rinse it out. And it rinses out so fast. And you're saving water too. So that's also a plus.
And I want to say it's like the texture is so light. It's not like a white soap that is really, pardon my lack of adjective, soapy. It feels really light and sort of bubbly. Like it has the texture of shampoo when you pour it out of the bottle.
Yeah, exactly. And I love this too, because it's also great, like for all the travelers out there, you know, you can bring this little thing with you and you don't need to bring the bulky packaging and you don't need to pour it into those little containers. Yeah.
Seriously, that is an amazing tip. If my husband had brought it on our honeymoon, this is like really, really awesome. And how does your hair feel after? You can talk us through while I wash my hands.
Sure. No, it leaves your hair feeling great. I love it. It doesn't weigh your hair down and it's just as nourishing. It's full of hair care. It's awesome. Your hair feels great afterwards.
I'm amazing. By the way, my hands feel great too. Very soft.
They smell good too.
Yes. And so you talked about the 94% plant-based ingredients in this shampoo bar. Why are natural ingredients important for a shampoo?
Yeah, I mean, good question. I mean, first and foremost, there's something that just feels good, you know, about knowing that they're plant-based ingredients, knowing that you can trust and you know what you're exposing yourself to and your family to. So there's something very comforting in that. But then also natural ingredients have their own nutrients. And so when it comes to hair, it's going to hydrate and nourish your hair from root to scalp as well. While sometimes other ingredients can dry out your hair. It can, you know, disrupt your natural oil production, strip the hair, all this kind of stuff, you know.
Right. I mean, when it comes to hair, face, body, like we really do want to try to go as natural as possible, right? I think that's a general rule. And I
Mhm.
think sometimes people are afraid that natural products aren't as effective, but you're telling us that this shampoo bar is just as effective. And someone asked in the chat, is solid shampoo as effective as liquid shampoo? And Alana is telling us it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it really is. And it's fun to use. I don't know, and experiment and play in the shower and see if it works for you. I love it,
Yeah.
honestly, just taking it with you. It's so cute. I can't get over its size. I don't know
I
why I
know.
just
And
love
by the
small
way,
things.
it's sitting right here next to me and it still smells like it smells so, so good. I really, really can't wait to try this. And what about people who have like colored hair or want to preserve, like, are the natural ingredients going to help lock in color as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it does, but then also you always want to follow up with a conditioner as well, or a mask or something like that that can lock in that color or moisture and all that good stuff.
Right. So maybe one day we'll get the conditioner bar, but right now Garnier just makes the shampoo bar.
Yeah, there's going to be a full line. Just wait for it.
I love it. I will, like, especially to travel. I think that's genius. So someone in our chat asked, is it better to air dry or blow dry your hair?
Well, personally, I always air dry my hair. I do. I always air dry my hair.
I'm sorry. If you're at your computer and you're looking at Alana's hair, please put a head exploding emoji in the chat because I don't believe it. How is your hair so smooth and beautiful and styled?
Well, I try to take as best, care of my hair as I can, and so incorporating some really good products is always a plus. Then also like using less heat is always also a benefit to your hair. And then also everyone's hair texture is so different. Mine just tends to be a little bit more straight. So it just works for me. And so I rarely blow dry my hair unless I have to like go somewhere or I'm in a rush or something like that. But yeah, air dry for me.
Wow, that's so good to know. And really, your hair looks so healthy. Like even through a Zoom and on a live stream, it's like it looks like it has that natural shine and glow. This is a comment from our chat. This is so great about the shampoo bar. This is so great for carry-on travel. No more checking bags due to liquid. Yes, right?
Yes, yes, 100%. I agree so much.
I have had to turn over expensive products to TSA officers on so many occasions. I have fought over so many like leg sprays and shampoos. So this is really absolutely true. So easy for travel. And people are starting to travel more, hallelujah. So it's great.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. We truly you have blown my mind. I have been hosting Beauty Fest for the last 3 days, and this shampoo bar was the one thing I was most excited to learn about. So thank you, Alana, as always. I'm going to try it tomorrow morning. For anybody looking for the whole blend shampoo bar by Garnier, it's available at Walmart and walmart.ca. And now we are going to move right along because, like you just told us, at the root of any gorgeous looking coif is strong and healthy hair. So I want to talk all things vitamin A complete guide to vitamins for the hair. And Alana, before we get to strong, healthy hair, I want to talk about sort of hair loss and breakage because I've been looking at myself through this whole thing. I have the like craziest postpartum Bridgerton bangs. Like my hair is breaking left, right, and center. It comes out because of, I recently had a baby. It comes out in chunks in my hands. So other than pregnancy and postpartum loss, like what are some other daily actions that can cause breakage?
Yes, I mean, hair loss is the number one hair concern in Canada for both men and women. And I'm talking about hair loss from like daily actions. Yeah, daily actions, things like putting your hair in a ponytail too tight or brushing your hair excessively, wearing a hat, any type of friction, pollution, like the list goes on.
Wow. Because my hair, like my brush literally looks like a red Muppet. It's just clumps of red hair. Am I brushing too hard? Like, am I breaking the hair in the way that I brush it?
I mean, there's definitely going to be breakage from when you're brushing it. Yeah, you want to be really gentle. And then also, yeah, postpartum hair loss is the thing. I went through it as well. Oh my gosh, I can relate so much to that. But
It's
yeah, very gentle with the hairbrush.
okay, got it. So we need to talk about strengthening our hair now that we know how breakage and hair loss happens. Actually, can you talk a little bit about that? Like women, it's so interesting that that's one of the number one concerns for women too, because hair loss, like I have these weird little bald patches that are happening. What can we do anything to prevent hair loss?
Yeah, so there's a few different vitamins, ingredients that can help promote hair growth and hair strength. There's vitamin C, which is actually the number 6 most active ingredient for skincare in Canada. So we love it. We use it on our skin, but now we can use it on our hair as well. And this is because it stimulates collagen production. And that is one of the building blocks for strong hair. And then there's also biotin as well, which is another lovely ingredient. And I'm sure most of us have heard biotin. If you haven't, it stimulates keratin production, and that increases hair growth. So those are great ingredients, great vitamins for hair.
I feel like as I drink my green water, happy St. Patrick's Day to anybody joining us. This is a good segue into our festive green bottles, because we have the Garnier Fructis Vitamin and Strength Strengthening Conditioner and Shampoo. So these guys both have vitamin C. What are sort of the other benefits of using this on our hair?
Yeah, so it's loaded with, there's vitamin C, which we talked about. It's a wonderful ingredient. Then there's biotin as well. So both of those together are also going to help with hair growth and hair strength. And then also there's, I think it was blood orange extract. Yes, blood orange extract, which actually has like the highest concentration of vitamins in like a fruit, one of the highest. So all of those together, it's like the most beautiful little concoction for hair growth and hair strength.
I mean, honestly, obviously I take vitamin C for wellness. I have lotions with vitamin C, but I had no idea that there were benefits for hair care.
The same benefits.
I love too that this says it's for weak hair or hair with tendency to fall. I'm like, yes, that's me every single day. Okay. So we start with our shampoo. And then is there anything else in the product line that we should know about?
Well, it's pretty much, those are like the main ones that are fantastic for hair growth and hair strength. But then also there is the serum, which, I mean, I always recommend using some type of serum or leave-in treatment, because you're in the shower, you're shampooing your hair and conditioning your hair. And again, you're rinsing it out, right? So you want to lock in all of those like hair care benefits. So when it comes to getting out of the shower and using any type of product, this is awesome for hair growth and hair strength. It's the Vitamin and Strength Hair Fall Reducing Serum.
And so washing,
lock that in. Yeah.
And then we're putting it all over our wet
Yeah.
hair.
We're doing wet hair. Yeah, damp hair, towel dried hair is good. About like, I don't know, test it out, maybe 3 to 4 little drops on your hand, and then you massage it all on your hair, and then let your hair dry as usual, air dry or blow dry, whatever you do.
Gotcha. Okay. I love it. And so I'm wondering, because we've been talking about these different product lines, the Hyaluron Plump, the Vitamin and Strength. If we love a Vitamin and Strength shampoo, should we be using every single thing in the line? Like, should we make sure we use the complete line, or is it okay if we sort of mix and match?
Yeah. I mean, for the most benefits, I'd recommend using the entire line together. It's proven to work. It will strengthen your hair about 10 times from root to tip. And use them all together, which is great. Yeah.
10 times. But how long do we have to be using the product for, and be doing this routine for, to see that kind of results?
Well, I mean, my hair felt fantastic right after. So keep trying it. Try it for at least a couple of weeks. See if you're seeing those benefits, and then go from there. Again, it's all experimenting, seeing what works for you.
Yeah, it's so funny, because our dermatologist, Dr. Katie, yesterday had the same answer about skincare. She's like, try something new and then stick with it. Like you're going to see results if you stay consistent. So same for skin, same for hair. Question from the chat. Can you use this on dry hair before bed? I think that's a question about the serum.
Oh yeah. I mean, try it out. I mean, it is for wet hair, but then also sometimes I'll put like a serum like on my dry hair just to see how it works. And then sometimes I'll sleep with it, kind of like using my own little I don't know, mask, like a sleep mask at night, and then I'll wake up and see how my hair feels. Again, it's all experimenting, but yeah, try it out.
Oh my gosh, a sleep mask at night. What? You just introduced me to the sleep mask during the shower. So there's a lot more that we could be doing to take care of our hair and strengthen our hair.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You talked about men and women having concern about hair loss. Of course, like I want to talk about men because so many men are worried about hair loss. Is this a product you're seeing men buy and benefit from?
Yeah. It's a unisex product. It's for men and women. They all love it. I mean, it's the smells, the way that it works benefits anyone, really.
Seriously, if I told my shampoo bar using husband that this was like, oh my gosh, it smells unbelievable.
Yeah, that blood orange. Oh, so good.
So good. If I just mentioned to him like, oh, and that shampoo and conditioner helps with hair loss, he would be like bathing.
Oh, mine too. Mine too.
Yeah, it's a concern. It's real. So ladies, I mean, get it for yourself, but beware that your men might steal it. We just talked about the shampoo bar as sort of a no plastic alternative, but this packaging is also made of 100% recycled plastic, right?
Yeah, it is. It is, which is awesome. We need to start making those changes within our beauty routines any way we can.
Yeah, so amazing. And it says it right here. So if you're looking or you're shopping at Walmart or you're looking for these on walmart.ca, it always says recycled plastic to let you know that the bottle is made from 100% recycled plastic. Like just, it's such a revolution happening and I'm so happy to see it. We have more questions coming in the chat. Guys, this is your chance to pick the brain of Alana Durkovich. We have Janet Jackson coming in. Like, ask anything. She is here to answer it. How many times a week should we use something like this serum? Is a question.
You can use it. Yeah, I mean, you can use it after every shower. You can use it daily if you wanted to.
And is it lightweight? I mean, you mentioned that the Hyaluron Plum Serum was really lightweight. Is the vitamin strength?
Yep, it's lightweight. It's lightweight as well. Yeah, so it will leave your hair feeling, healthier, smoother, less frizz. You're going to feel there's going to be more a body and bounce. So again, give it a try.
I love this. So if you could leave us before, I know you said you're going to go get your St. Patrick's Day Guinness. So before we let you go get your St. Patrick's Day Guinness, if you could leave us with like your best piece of hair care advice for styling or for care, what would it be?
Put more emphasis on hair care. See what works for you. Every hair is so different. So I can tell you all these things to use and try, but they're not going to work for everybody. Everyone's hair is so different. So try it out, see what works for you, put more, emphasis on your own hair. And then, I mean, that's the best thing that you could do. Just experiment, really. Absolutely.
And like I said, it's so easy to experiment when the products are so affordable and so easily accessible at Walmart or walmart.ca. Alana, honestly, I was just about to say goodbye to you. And then we got another question in the chat. Keep the questions coming. This is our last question. Is this serum good for all hair types?
Yes. Yes, it is. Anyone could use it.
Okay. I love that. Use it, try it. If it works for you, amazing. You have Alana to thank. If it doesn't, try something else. There's tons of great options. Alana, honestly, I thought my hair was pretty good, but it's about to be so much better after I mask and I serum. I mean, I haven't tried any of this stuff, not to mention the shampoo bar. Truly, truly revolutionary. Thank you so much for schooling us on how to get healthy, strong hair, vitamins for hair, hyaluronic acid for hair. And you really did blow our minds with that shampoo bar. It has been such a joy getting to talk with you, picking your brain, and we will see you and your always fabulous hair on Instagram. Alana Durkovich, everybody.
Oh, thank you so much. So happy to be here. It was such a great chat.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
You too. Bye, guys.
So festive. Oh. All right, we are celebrating St. Patrick's Day and ourselves, really. Today is all about Hair Care 101. It is our final day here at Beauty Fest. And don't go anywhere, because for those curly-headed people, I saw you all up in the chat, we are talking curls. But first, we're talking color. So if you've always dreamed of like just changing it up, going for a bold color, a bright color, a fun color. My next co-host is going to tell you why and how you should just go for it at home. She is a celebrity hairstylist. She's the owner of Juju Hair Salon in Toronto and the L'Oreal Paris hair expert and artist. She's Janet Jackson. Hi.
Hey, hi.
You did not go for a St. Patrick's Day attire. You went for just straight goddess attire.
You know, this is the typical hairstylist, makeup artist uniform, black. I do have my Perrier though. Does that work?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Cheers. We'll do a green cheers through the screen. Absolutely. And by the way, I love that Janet is like, oh, this is a typical hairstylist look. My hairstylist does not wear studded leather on a Thursday. So I'm here soaking it all in. So we want to talk about hair color from home. And I would imagine during the pandemic, a lot of salon goers started to color their hair at home. Are you seeing more people start to do it themselves?
Yeah, you really are. I think because of the pandemic, people got used to figuring it out on their own. So you are seeing a little bit of a decline in terms of repeat services to the salon. You have a lot of people that are coming in for professional, like highlights, that kind of stuff, but the time in between seems to be a lot longer than the norm.
Wow, that's so interesting. Huh. I wonder if it's too that people are just at home a little bit more and they care less about the
less.
Right? Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
It's funny, as I'm starting to, like, I'm going on a national tour, I'm starting to see more people in person. All of a sudden I'm like making more appointments because I gotta make sure everything is taken care of, not just for Zoom, but for real life.
This is true. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know you wanted to talk. I mean, we're excited about this new color line called Feria Midnight Bolds. And so I want you to tell us a little bit about this and why it's kind of new and fresh and exciting in the at-home hair color market.
Well, I'm super excited about this line. It comes in 5 shades, which is really nice. And what's also nice about this line is that you don't have to have pre-lightened hair. You can apply it to dark hair or darker hair and still get that bold, beautiful color, which is really, really, really good and fascinating. And now that you can do this, it's basically inclusive of all hair types. So with people with curly hair, they tend to steer away certain colors because it requires you to bleach or pre-lighten. Yeah. In some cases, but when you pre-lighten your hair, there's a chance of you damaging your curls permanently. And so now with this line, you're able to just add bold colors to your texture without the damage.
How is that possible? Like, to get high impact bold color without bleach feels impossible. Is it just something about the formula that allows us to get that at home?
Absolutely. And L'Oreal Paris figured that part out.
Sure did. Yes, they should. There was scientists worked on that. And does it last as long? It feels like it might not have the same staying power.
No, it lasts pretty long, but it also depends on how often you shampoo your hair, like any color product. Right. If you are one that shampoos often, then obviously it's not going to last as long as someone who shampoos, every week, every other week. It will definitely last longer. Another key to making sure that your color lasts is using a color treated shampoo and conditioner in order to kind of maintain the color. And so like L'Oreal's Color Radiance is a great product to use alongside any kind of color product.
Yeah. Someone described it once to me as like using harsh dish soap on your finest silk dress. Like, you would never do that. So use a product that's going to lock it and protect your color if you do have
correct
hair. And like, what I think is cool about this is if you get to skip that bleaching step, it's just so much easier for people to try it at home. And it's so much easier to just kind of go for it and try something new. Would you encourage people? You're a celebrity stylist, you know what's trending. Like, do you feel like this kind of bold hair color is here to stay? Would you encourage people who have been thinking about it for a while to just go for it?
It definitely is trending as we get into the warmer seasons, which is nice. And what's nice about this is that there is a fading process. So obviously, if you've tried it and you're not liking it, it will fade eventually, and then you can try something else. So if you're thinking about trying something new, then yeah, this is the way to go. And just know that after a while it fades and that you can definitely try something else.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. And I feel like so many people are like, should I go for it? Should I do it? And you're telling us, just try it. I mean, honestly, like with Feria Midnight Bolds, might as well just go for it. And this color line is also really inclusive and accessible, right? We haven't seen a color line that's served all hair types like this before.
Yeah, we haven't. And that's what's really fascinating about this line is that they've thought about all hair types. You know, as I mentioned before, using certain color products may damage your curls permanently. And because this was made specifically for, you know, textured hair, or they kept that in mind, then, you know, you won't get that damage at all.
It's comforting for so many people who are like, if I try this from home, do I have the potential to destroy my hair? We're getting tons of questions coming in the chat, Janet. Here's one. How long should you wait to touch up your roots or color?
That really varies from person to person because their hair grows differently. Some people would touch up in, say, you know, 2-3 weeks, and some in a month or two. So it depends on how quickly your hair grows. I would personally suggest maybe once a month would be safest. You don't want to, you know, overuse the product. So I would suggest once a month. But again, that can vary from person to person.
Totally. And you mentioned that the Midnight Bolds line has sort of a natural fading process. So
it
potentially
does.
It's not going to have that harsh regrowth, right? It's going to sort of fade and blend into your hair a little bit better. So you could go a little longer.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Because that harsh line is not going to be there, you can definitely stretch the coloring process or stretch the time in between coloring processes. But, you know, for if you're that person that sees the roots and just doesn't want to see any kind of new growth, then that's when it varies from person to person.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, this is a great question in the chat, and drop your questions in the Facebook chat or on the YouTube chat, wherever you're joining us from today. Because this sounds like it came from personal experience. Someone says, what is the best tip to make sure I don't get bleed dye onto my hairline when dyeing at home?
Okay, so with the Feria line, you get what is called the Power Shimmer Conditioner. That's this here. And what you can do is take a little bit of it and outline your hairline, your ears, and this will protect your skin from getting that stain. Also, a quick trick in terms of rinsing that out, color removes color. So before rinsing, massage those areas, massage the color into your skin to remove that excess color as well before you rinse.
Where's my air horn sound effect? That's so counterintuitive that we would rub the color further into our skin to take it out. Wow. Great tips here today. Okay. Another question from the chat. If I'm just doing my roots, can I go over a part that is already colored?
Okay. So that's color retouching. If you are retouching your color, you want to make sure that you do your roots first, and then you leave your roots for 15 minutes. And then you pull through the color to the rest of the hair, like your hair ends, for the remaining 10 minutes, because the processing time for this line is 25. So 15 at the root or wherever the new growth is. And then the remaining 10 minutes, you pull through the color to even it all out.
And pull through the color is a real hairstylist term. I've heard my stylist say it 100 times, but that means essentially you're putting on, you still have a little more color left over. You're now pulling it through the rest of the hair.
That's correct. Look at you, hairstylist extraordinaire.
You're teaching me things here. Every time my stylist has been like, and then we'll pull it through. I'm like, well, I don't know what that means. Okay. So we're putting it on all the way through. I love it.
Yes. Yes.
Here's another question about application in the chat. Do you start from the front or back when coloring hair at home?
Okay. So, I mean, I feel like the usual thing is to start at the front because that's what you're seeing. Because it's a darker color, you don't have to worry about one area being lighter or darker than the other. And it's pretty much fool safe. So foolproof, I should say. But yeah, it doesn't really, whatever you're comfortable with, it'll still all work out the same and look pretty even. Yeah, it's not like you're doing professional color, then that's a little bit more tricky. This tough hair, you can start from the front, from the back, whatever makes you comfortable.
It's so funny. Whenever I've done my own color, I'm like, I start at the front. I'm so particular. And then by the time I get to the back, I'm just slapping it on, hoping for the best. I won't see it anyways. So I always start from front to back, but you know, that's a personal thing. So you talked about bold colors being here to stay. I also just wonder, as a celebrity stylist, like what color trends are you seeing? Kendall Jenner just went red. The redheaded community was so excited. Like what else are we? I think Gigi Hadid is super bleached white blonde now. So what are you seeing for the next spring, summer?
I think to each his own. We're seeing a lot of those coppery colors, those warm tones that are really nice. You know, that red coppery, like you're seeing that. Yes, there you go. Very much on trend.
On trend since I came out of the
trend. Yes. So, you know, usually we, you know, in terms of trending, we're seeing a lot of copper tones. You know, the bleached white color. I feel like it's based on the person, but we are seeing a lot of more warmer tones. We're seeing people stretching their color a lot more. So you're seeing more color at the ends of the hair rather than from root to tip. So that's also trending as well. And I think it all comes back from us being in quarantine and we're stretching our color. We had no choice. So now we're seeing bold color at the ends of the hair.
Yes, right. Which is like, it's on trend, but it's also, we were just lazy for the past 2 years. So here you go.
Pretty much.
Another great question. Your questions coming in the chat are so great because you're answering things that I've wanted to know for so long. Do you start, should you dye your hair on clean hair, or is it okay if it hasn't been washed?
When you say hasn't been washed, if you have a lot of product in your hair, like there's a buildup that's to touch, like you can feel that product, then it would be better if you rinse your hair. And I would say the day before rather than the day of, but you definitely want to apply the color to clean, dried hair. So you know, if your hair is, say, a day or two old and there's not much product in it and it's more so like an oil or it's just doing its natural thing, then you're fine with applying the color to that.
Okay, got it. This is a myth then for me, because I always thought that I had to go to my salon with dirty hair. I heard that somewhere. And so I'm always like embarrassed when my guy looks at my hair because it's just grease. But you're saying it's better, especially from at home, to do it on clean hair.
Well, it depends because grease is different from product. So if your hair is greasy, dirty, then yes, you apply the color to that. But if your hair has buildup with product dirty, then you definitely should rinse that out first because that will just create a barrier for the color.
Seriously? such amazing tips, things that I never knew. Okay. Someone in our chat said, such an exciting product. Do you have any lesser known tips? Ooh, lesser known tips, Janet, to get that salon quality look. Listen, none of these were known to me, but this person wants the tea.
They want the tea. Well, if you're dealing with barrier, their Power Shimmer Conditioner, using this after the color application is key to getting that salon finish look. You know, a lot of times we tend to skip steps. So you definitely don't want to skip steps. You want to make sure that you are doing exactly what the instructions say. Also, they have this serum that comes in the package as well that you can use for styling afterwards. That'll definitely give you that salon finish too. So you want to make sure that you're using those steps in order to get that salon finish.
I love that. And I love that you own a hair salon and you're telling us all how to get your hair salon quality hair from home. You're really, you're taking away business, Janet.
Not exactly, because there's there's a difference between this stuff and actually a salon. You'll get the salon finish-esque, but if you want the real deal, then yeah, you're going to have to go to the salon.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, honestly, I feel like you've inspired a lot of people watching. I can tell from the chat to just go bold and try something new at home. And I feel like,
Absolutely.
why not? Life is too short to not have notice me hair, you know?
Yes. Notice me hair. I love that.
Notice me hair. You have noticed me hair today. And we are going to talk about exactly the hair that you have, because our next session, for those of you who have gorgeous, flowing, bouncy, but sometimes hard to manage natural curls. So Janet, I want you to talk curly to me, because in the hair care world, curls is the fastest growing segment in Canada. Girls with curls want accessible, affordable products to care for their naturally curly hair. And I feel like it's about time, right?
Agreed. And with the quarantine as well, people didn't have the choice to go to a salon and alter their texture. So now you see a lot of people embracing that natural texture, whether it be wavy, coily, kinky, curly. You're seeing a lot more of that now.
Yes. You know, it's so funny is I just thought of my children. As anybody watching who has children, they're obsessed with the Disney movie Encanto, and the heroine, the main character, she has this like cute little naturally ringlet bob. And I sent it to my friend with natural curls, and she was like, yes, it's about time we got a Disney princess with natural curls. So it's a look that is now finally having its day. And I'm so happy to.
I'm excited about it too.
Yeah. I think for people with naturally curly hair, the biggest challenge can be getting those dry, frizzy curls. So let's talk about product. What do you love for moisturized, frizz-free curls?
Okay, so what's really nice is the Curl Nourish line by Garnier. It's this collection here.
Also green and festive for today.
Green and festive. And we have the 3 parts, which is the shampoo, conditioner, and the Curl Air Dry Cream. This is amazing for your curls. Yes, great collection. And it does what it needs to do in terms of hydrating, curly textured hair. It's sulfate free, which is amazing. It also has a coconut oil and elastoprotein combination, which are great conditioning agents. And they are plant-based protein that is actually in this. So all that the curls need in terms of your hydration, your protein, it's a great mix to keep your curls very hydrated.
Oh, I love that. And so talk to me about how we use it. So we use our Curl Nourish shampoo and conditioner, and then how does the air dry cream work?
Okay, so for any curl system that you use, it's important to use the entire step. So you don't want to combine this with anything else. So make sure you do use the shampoo, the conditioner, and then once you've done that, you rinse your conditioner. And then you use the Curl Air Dry Cream on your wet hair in order to define those curls, which is really nice.
And it is
nice
kind
and
of
creamy.
Like, it's nice and creamy. It has like the texture of lotion.
Yes, because when you're defining curls, you need that slippage. So the fact that you're feeling that means that you're going to get a nice definition throughout your texture.
So if I put this on, so I have like wavy hair, but I do get the mega frizz. If I put this on my hair out of the shower, my damp hair, do I scrunch it? Do I apply it in any particular way, or do I just put it on and brush it through?
Okay, so the key to great definition is doing your hair in sections. So when you're applying that, you want to part out sections. I would even suggest, as you're doing the sections, have a water bottle on hand so that you're re-wetting the areas that dry as you're going through. So you want to just add this curl cream to your wet ends. You want to rake it through and just do that in sections.
Like
once you've done
section, that's what you mean.
And you want it from root to end to get that nice definition.
Got it. Wow.
And once you've done all of that, then you go for the scrunching afterwards. You can flip your hair over side to side, do that scrunching method. If you're in a hurry, I always suggest air drying is best for curls, but if you're in a hurry, using a diffuser is always great as well. And it's great for adding volume too.
Really? Because that's, as I mentioned to Alana, I have a fear of product weighing my fine hair down. So this is not, I mean, it feels really light to the touch, but this is not going to wear curls down.
Well, you definitely have to feel the product because for every hair type, it's different. So if your hair really hangs on to product and it can get greasy, so to speak, you would use a little bit less, but just enough that you're seeing the hair clump together, because you're going for the clumpage. So just enough product to get that.
That's the technical term, everybody. We're going for the clumpage.
Clumpage.
So this is not like a 20 minutes after, your hair dries, you look great, and then it's frizzy again. This product can actually give us 48 hours of defined frizz-free curls.
It can. And if you are going to refresh your hair, that's a whole other conversation. You could spritz the hair with some water and then rub some in your hand and just kind of go at the ends to refresh your curls.
Meaning between washes, we're seeing it's not as defined. Okay. So we do a little bit of water and what about for me right now? I have fully styled hair, but I am seeing like the frizzies. This is not something that I would put in over top of my dry styled hair.
You know what? If you're trying to get rid of frizz, because of the slippage, that means it has a little bit of nice silicone in there to kind of keep it nice and smooth. So if you used a little bit, not a lot, you could actually smooth it on, just a little bit, rub it out, emulsify it in your fingers, and just smooth the top, as long as you're not wetting the hair, if that makes sense.
Yes, I'm always looking, my entire life, I've been looking for a product that I can like throw on when I'm noticing those frizzies popping up. Oh, wow. Yeah, it feels good. It feels light.
It smells great.
Good.
It really does.
Any other tips to managing frizz? I mean, honestly, before you just gave me this tip, I used to spit in my hand and rub it on my head. Do you have better tips?
Well, in terms of frizz, I think what we tend to forget that frizz is a part of texture DNA. So you're never going to get rid of all of it. You can minimize it, but not get rid of all of it. So I think we need to start embracing that. Okay.
Embrace your fridge. And then what was a frizz? And then what was I'm hungry. And then embrace your frizz or your fridge. We don't judge here. And then
we really don't.
No. And then you want bulkage, chunkage. What was the other word that we learned from you?
We want clumpage.
Clumpage. Yes. All right. Lots of questions coming in the chat. How often should people with curly hair wash their hair? Is it different than what we talked about with Elena, which she said, like she washes her hair 4 times a week?
It's absolutely different. It's always based on your hair type. So when you have straighter hair, type 1 and 2 hair, and even I've seen people with type 1 and 2 hair that has very dry hair. So if your hair is very dry and you're not producing as much oils, then obviously you wouldn't wash your hair daily or every 2 or 3 days. It's based on your hair type. For someone with drier hair, it's always important to kind of stretch your shampoo days, because you want your hair to naturally build its natural oils and you want to retain that as much as possible. During these cold months, our hair tends to be dry, just like our skin. So kind of stretching out those shampoo days is always important. But again, it's based on your hair type. A curly hair person may wash once a week. But with that being said, if they're constantly using a lot of heavy product, or if they're like working out or feel that the hair needs to be washed in between, I would suggest you co-washing the hair, which means that you're washing your hair with conditioner and not with shampoo.
Really?
And that's really great for keeping it hydrated.
Wow. I would think the opposite. I would think just do a little shampoo and forget the conditioner, but you're saying you're stretching a little bit, especially for curly hair, just a little conditioner. Oh, another air horn tip. Yes. And so, you mentioned hair types, obviously talking about how often to wash hair, but what about these Curl Nourish products? Are they for coily hair, wavy hair, curly hair?
It's absolutely for curly hair. And you know what? If you have straight hair, you can use it too. It's a great shampoo. It's sulfate free. The reason why this is very curl based is because it has great ingredients in there, which help to keep the hair very hydrated. Curly hair people need a lot of hydration. And so the focus is obviously for curly hair. It's great to use, again, sulfate free, because it's not stripping your natural oils. It's not removing the things that curly hair needs, which is always great. Yes.
You know, back in my MTV days, I had like hair extensions down to my waist. And with the little hair extensions, they tell you can't use shampoo with sulfates because it will literally disintegrate the glue. It's that damaging.
Yes, it's
So it was
that
always so hard for
damaging.
me to find this sulfate-free shampoo, but I'm like so happy to see that more and more of these products are becoming sulfate-free.
Yeah, this is great. It's also a vegan formula. It's cruelty free, which is
Yes.
amazing.
And
And
by the
again,
way, recycled plastic, the
I was
bottles
just
have
about to
that.
mention, yes, which is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Truly, truly. Okay. Any tips or tricks for getting those super defined curls, if that's the look we want, without looking like you used crunchy gel in 1993?
So yes, as I mentioned before, the tip to getting perfect coiled hair is doing sections. And so the smaller the section, the better curl definition. So if
Gotcha.
you really, really want that perfect coil, that perfect curl, do smaller sections. And you want to make sure that you douse the hair with a lot of water before you apply the curl cream.
Okay.
You also want to look for that clumpage, as I mentioned earlier, because whatever your curl looks like while you're putting the product in, that's what it's going to look like when it's dried.
Okay, clumpage.
Yes.
So when you talk about sections, I mean, I'm lazy. So I'm like 4 sections. Are we talking about?
No, way more than that, way more. And the more sections you have, the better the definition. If you're
Gotcha.
looking for something a little bit more airy and not so defined, then doing it in your 4 sections or just, all at once is definitely something that you can do.
I mean, personally, when I go for when I style my hair curly, I like to go really curly on day 1 and get those defined curls, because then by day 3 or 4, you can kind of pull them apart and have, right? Like a different vibe. It's sort of like start with the tightest curl and then let them loosen up as the days go on.
Yes, and that's what makes it last a lot longer as well. But I feel like a lot of curly girls prefer their hair on the 2nd or 3rd day.
Yes.
Which is very common.
Absolutely. Me too. It takes a lot of planning, but you really have to plan when you're going to shampoo for the day that you want to have the best hair.
Best looking hair.
So, I shampooed on day 1 of Beauty Fest so that I would have my best hair for you, Janet.
Yes. And it's fabulous. I love it.
Thank you. So I want to talk, I mentioned my friend who has these gorgeous natural curls. She literally, her shower is insane. She has 10 products that she has to go through before, during, and after every shower. So I feel like, Sarah, I hope you're watching, because will this sort of reduce the amount of products that girls with natural curls have to use?
Absolutely. I always suggest to curly girls, stick to one line unless you're a chemist and understand the ingredients of each product. But the whole focus on this is that every part of it kind of activates the next product. It's like a primer. You prime your hair with the shampoo, then you go in with the conditioner, and then you go in with the curl cream. That eliminates mixing all the other products. Another thing too is you want to stick to this until you realize whether or not it works for your hair. A lot of times we tend to mix and dabble and try this product this day, this product another day, and that also, it really creates a problem for curly girls.
Be consistent, right?
Consistent. Yes.
Hashtag clumpage, hashtag consistent. We're learning so much. This is your last chance to throw questions in the chat for Janet. She has revolutionized the way I'm going to think about caring for my curls and color. This is a question that came in the chat, Janet, and I think sulfate is probably one of the answers. But what kind of ingredients should someone with curly hair avoid and or look for?
You want to avoid sulfates, as we mentioned before. You're absolutely right, because you don't want to strip the natural oils from your curls. And I feel like that's really the thing that you want to stay away from.
And we can literally just look at the back, right? Look at the ingredients on the package and
correct.
Yeah. Okay. I have asked all of our experts. Oh, wait, can I ask you something?
Yes.
I don't know if you were watching earlier with Alana, but we talked about this shampoo bar, replacing shampoo in bottles with a bar. Thoughts, feelings, initial reaction, Janet?
I absolutely love the fact that there's a bar soap now. Just even for traveling purposes, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Really, with a bar soap, it's the same as using a liquid. You really want to just feel what the lather feels like. That's what's important. How does that lather feel? Are you getting that slippage? Does it feel great on your hands, in your hair? That's all you're concerned about. So if it comes in a bar, perfect.
Slippage, I'm adding to the mix. Slippage, clumpage, consistency. Janet, before I let you go, is there one salon secret, one tip, one thing that is going to change all of our hair forever? No pressure.
A salon secret that will change our hair forever. I don't know.
No pressure.
That's a tricky one.
Volumizing, styling, something we're doing wrong.
Okay, here's one. Diffusing your hair.
Yes.
So if you want less frizz, go in the direction of the way that your hair falls. So don't blow the air against it. Blow it in the direction that your hair falls. And that will reduce frizz as well and give you that beautiful salon finish.
So you're telling me that what I do, which I literally did on Monday, I like diffuse like this, that is the
So
opposite.
you diffuse, but point your diffuser down.
What?
Yes.
Okay, that's I have been diffusing my hair wrong for 30 plus years, Janet. Oh my gosh. Well, it has been such a pleasure. Thank you for helping
Likewise.
us with our curls. Thank you for inspiring us to go for blue or purple hair. And next time I am in Toronto, I am booking an appointment with you at
Yes,
Juju.
please do.
Janet, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me at Janet Jackson Hairstylist on all platforms, and my salon at Juju Hair on all platforms.
We love it. Janet Jackson, everybody. Take that gorgeous hair and go enjoy the day. Have a green beverage that's not a Perrier. All of those products, I should remind you, are available at Walmart and walmart.ca. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of Beauty Fest 2022. Tell me in the chat, did you have fun? What did you learn? Are you feeling fresher? Are you feeling more beautiful as a result of joining us over the course of these past few days? Because I really am. Like, it's been so long since I just took a moment to talk about me and my beauty routine. And it's important that we all take a moment to do just that. We talked hair care, we talked makeup, we talked skincare. I feel like after 2 years, I'm ready to shut off the ring light and just let my face do the glowing. I'll just shut off the one. I'm not going to shut off the both that I have here today. Thank you to all of our incredible experts. Thank you to Walmart for bringing us all together. And most of all, really, truly, thank you to you. I'm giving you a round of applause just for joining us today or over the course of the last 3 days. You really took time for yourself to laugh, to learn, and to really put yourself first, and you deserve that. I am now taking my glowing complexion and my frizzless hair over to Walmart. I'm going to be in the beauty aisle picking all of these up. If you want to find me, I'm at Jessie Cruikshank on Instagram. Ask me more questions. Tell me what you learned. Tell me your beauty secrets. I am here to learn from you. This has been Beauty Fest 2022. It is now my pleasure to pass things over to a woman who can do it all in French. La belle Priscilla Ventura. Thanks, everybody.
Bonjour tout le monde, j'espère que vous allez bien. Pour ceux qui ne me connaissent pas, je m'appelle Priscilla Ventura. J'adore tout ce qui est beauté, que ce soit la beauté des cheveux, la beauté de la peau, du maquillage, peu importe. Vous allez me trouver dans les sections beauté des magasins, chez Walmart, en train d'essayer plein de nouveaux produits. Bref, je suis vraiment une fanatique des produits de beauté. Et aujourd'hui, on va parler de plein de beaux sujets. Et on va commencer avec le maquillage. J'ai plusieurs favoris à vous présenter aujourd'hui, dont le fameux Instant Age Rewind, l'effaceur de Maybelline, qui est un correcteur 4 en 1. Il est vraiment fabuleux. Je l'utilise à tous les jours personnellement. Je le mets en dessous de mes yeux, comme ça, pour effacer les rides. Je suis maman de 3 enfants, donc on veut que ça fonctionne, les produits. La texture est parfaite, elle est légère, elle est fouettée. Si vous voyez bien, l'embout, il est comme juste wow. Ça fait longtemps que je l'utilise, je pense depuis sa sortie, puis jamais que je suis déçue. Il est juste merveilleux. Puis, je m'en sers aussi pour illuminer mon visage. Donc, je vais des fois, je vais remettre le bouchon, ça va aller mieux. Je vais des fois même en mettre ici pour contourer mon visage, faire du contour à mon visage, amener de la définition, cacher aussi les imperfections. C'est vraiment un correcteur tout en un, donc un 4 en 1. Il va venir aussi uniformiser le teint. Il va rester mou tout au long de la journée. Donc, c'est ça qu'on veut, surtout avec l'été qui s'en vient. On veut garder notre peau mate le plus possible, sinon le maquillage a tendance à, en tout cas personnellement pour moi, a tendance à s'en aller plus rapidement avec la chaleur et tout. Mais il est vraiment formidable. Ensuite, un autre favori, c'est pour les sourcils. Les gros sourcils, on aime ça, ça n'a même pas de sens. Mais souvent, ça ne va pas tenir nécessairement en place longtemps les produits qu'on peut utiliser. Mais là, ça, c'est juste merveilleux. C'est le Thick and Stick It de NYC. C'est une petite brosse merveilleuse. Regardez comme ça. Et elle va tenir pendant 16 heures de temps. Il y a des petites fibres à l'intérieur, donc ça va venir donner un effet de sourcils plus épais, plus fourni. Puis c'est vraiment ça qu'on cherche. Je vais vous le mettre devant vous pour que vous voyez un peu. Regardez, c'est juste une petite brosse comme ça. On brosse le sourcil. C'est simple comme bonjour. C'est un mascara pour les sourcils, dans le fond, qui va venir épaissir. Il va tenir 16 heures de temps. Puis, c'est ça, grâce aux fibres, si vous n'avez pas nécessairement des sourcils extrêmes fournis, mais les petites fibres qu'il y a à l'intérieur, ils vont venir épaissir vraiment le sourcil. C'est merveilleux. Je l'adore. Puis, il s'offre en plein de couleurs. Donc, que vous ayez les sourcils blonds, bruns, peu importe, vous allez trouver votre couleur. Et pour l'été, c'est parfait. Vous l'amenez avec vous. Un petit touch-up. Let's go. L'auto-réjouir. Ensuite, un incontournable. OK. On veut tous avoir des cils vraiment fournis et volumineux. En tout cas, moi. Et un autre favori que j'ai depuis extrêmement longtemps encore, c'est le fameux Voluminous Lash Paradise de L'Oréal Paris. Il est-tu merveilleux, ce mascara-là? D'ailleurs, je viens d'aller m'acheter un backup parce que j'avais déjà fini le mien. La formule, là, elle est juste incroyable. La brosse, regardez, je ne sais pas si vous pouvez bien voir, là, elle est épaisse. Et ça va vraiment venir aider à donner beaucoup de volume aux cils. Il est résistant aux taches, aux grumeaux. Okay? Il y a une longue tenue. Il est adapté même pour les yeux sensibles. Des fois, moi, personnellement, il y a des mascaras que je ne peux pas porter parce que mes yeux deviennent plus sensibles. Mais celui-là, il est juste formidable. Vous pouvez facilement créer des looks va-va-voum avec ce mascara-là. Il tient toute la journée. C'est lui que j'ai présentement. Puis, même une couche de mascara va suffire pour donner vraiment un beau look assez intense. Puis, comme je vous ai dit, là, ça, il ne fait pas de grumeaux. Puis ça, c'est difficile de trouver un bon mascara qui ne fait pas de grumeaux. Souvent, ils ont tendance à faire des grumeaux ou même des fois, vous savez qu'est-ce que je veux dire, là? Genre, on se met du mascara, ça nous tombe sur les joues, puis là, c'est fatigant, puis là. Mais lui, il ne fait pas ça. Il est juste merveilleux. Je l'aime tellement. Encore une fois, ça se traîne bien dans le sac à main. Ces 3 produits-là, là, c'est vraiment un incontournable à avoir dans votre pochette maquillage. Puis, ils se retrouvent tous chez Walmart. Donc, je vous le dis, on va finir par se retrouver, se voir chez Walmart dans la section beauté. C'est certain. Et il s'offre aussi en format waterproof, donc résistant à l'eau. Pour l'été qui s'en vient, c'est super pratique. Des fois, il fait chaud. On ne veut pas se retrouver non plus avec le mascara qui coule. On veut aller se baigner. Puis, c'est ça. Fait qu'il se retrouve en format waterproof aussi. Donc, c'est vraiment 3 produits incontournables pour créer un look aussi no make-up look qu'on voit partout. On voit toutes les célébrités portent le no make-up look et c'est vraiment un beau look à porter, surtout pour l'été. Je vois que j'ai des questions qui ont rentré. Est-ce que puis-je encore utiliser un fond de teint avec le Age Rewind? Oui, personnellement, j'utilise un fond de teint et par la suite, je vais utiliser le correcteur Age Rewind pour vraiment illuminer certains endroits de mon visage ou cacher les cernes et ça fait vraiment un beau du. Comment choisir la bonne couleur du NYX Thick and Stick It? Pour vrai, c'est quand même ça peut avoir l'air intimidant de choisir la couleur pour nos sourcils, mais fiez-vous à la couleur de vos sourcils, puis allez jamais un ton trop pâle parce qu'on ne veut pas avoir l'effet des sourcils trop pâle pour notre teint dans le fond de peau, pour ne pas donner un effet qui va faire soit gris ou ça va paraître dans le fond que le maquillage à sourcils est sur les sourcils. Donc, choisir la teinte exacte de notre couleur de sourcils ou sinon, aller une petite teinte un peu plus foncée si je peux vous donner un conseil. Puis, c'est vraiment important de l'appliquer, pas en mettre trop non plus parce que ça peut venir faire un look vraiment trop intense qu'on ne veut vraiment pas avoir non plus. Ensuite, le Lash Paradise, une autre belle question qui est rentrée qui dit « Est-ce que je recourbe mes cils avant ou après l'application du mascara? » Vous pouvez faire les deux. Si vous recourbez vos cils avant de mettre votre mascara, vous allez avoir un effet un peu moins intense. Si vous recourbez vos cils après avoir mis le mascara, l'avoir fait sécher, la courbure du cil va être vraiment, vraiment plus intense, mais c'est vraiment selon l'effet que vous recherchez. C'est vraiment, les deux sont possibles, mais même, je vous le dis, il donne tellement de volume que je ne recourbe personnellement pas mes cils avant de le porter. Il est juste incroyable, pour vrai. Donc, si vous avez d'autres questions avant que je passe à un autre segment, un autre produit, gênez-vous pas. Sinon, je vais commencer par vous parler de l'hydratation et prévenir les signes de l'âge. Un autre sujet qui me passionne énormément. Vous savez à quel point c'est important d'hydrater notre peau. C'est super important pour prévenir les signes de l'âge, pour avoir un beau fini de maquillage. Puis, pour ça, il faut utiliser les bons produits. Le Youth Code est juste merveilleux. Ce produit-là, c'est une pipette comme ça. Je vais vous l'ouvrir. Voilà. Et on applique je vais me le mettre dans ma main, là. Et on applique, moi j'aime en appliquer quand même généreusement, une pipette au complète comme ça sur le visage le soir et le matin avant de commencer notre journée ou avant de se coucher. On frotte nos mains comme ça et on vient vraiment estomper sur le visage pour être sûr que le produit rentre bien. Ça va vraiment aider le produit à pénétrer dans notre peau. Je m'en mets sur les mains parce qu'on ne gaspillera pas le sérum. Et le sérum est fait avec des probiotiques. Tu sais, comme on dit, c'est tellement important les probiotiques pour notre corps, mais c'est important aussi d'en mettre sur notre peau. Et grâce à ce produit-là, vous avez tout en un. C'est des bactéries qui sont saines pour la surface de la peau. Donc, c'est vraiment un très, très bon produit. Si vous voulez hydrater votre peau en profondeur et aussi éviter les signes de l'âge précoce, c'est un super de bon produit à utiliser à tous les jours. Et je l'aime vraiment beaucoup. Est-ce que vous avez des questions par rapport au produit? Vous savez que l'acide hyaluronique, c'est super important pour la peau. Bien, c'est un petit peu la même chose que le produit fait. Il va venir hydrater la peau en profondeur. Je vais juste attendre de voir s'il y a des questions qui vont popper. Oh, ça a eu l'air d'avoir bugué. Donc, parlant de l'acide hyaluronique, c'est extrêmement important d'en mettre sur notre peau pour la garder bien hydratée. Et je ne sais pas si je ne vois pas de questions. Je ne sais pas si quelqu'un peut m'aider. Et bon, on va continuer d'abord. Personne qui m'écrit. Je pense que ça bug, en tout cas. L'acide hyaluronique, comme je disais, c'est super bon d'en mettre sur notre peau, mais pourquoi pas en mettre aussi sur nos cheveux. Un bon trio, c'est les produits de L'Oréal Paris, les produits avec Hyaluroplum, qui ont de l'acide hyaluronique à l'intérieur, qui vont venir hydrater nos cheveux en profondeur. Donc, ça, c'est un sérum hydratant qui va retenir 10 fois l'eau qu'on a dans nos cheveux. Donc, ça va venir hydrater vraiment en profondeur. Il ne va pas former de lourdeur non plus aux cheveux, ce qui est merveilleux parce qu'on n'aime pas avoir des produits qui nous donnent beaucoup de lourdeur. Après ça, c'est difficile de coiffer nos cheveux et tout. Et ce produit-là, il ne fait vraiment pas ça. C'est un petit spray comme ça. Et on l'applique vraiment, on peut l'appliquer soit sur notre main ou bien on l'applique directement dans nos cheveux comme ça. Là, je ne vais pas le faire parce que j'ai tous les cheveux arrangés. Mais le produit hydrate en profondeur, c'est merveilleux. Puis il est aussi fait pour les hommes, pour les femmes, peu importe le type de cheveux, il est juste incroyable. Si vous avez les cheveux déshydratés, je vous conseille vraiment de prendre toute la gamme au complet. Donc, le shampoing, le revitalisant, le masque. Je vais juste essayer de les tenir pour qu'on les voit. Et le sérum, si vous prenez la gamme au complet, ça va vraiment venir hydrater vos cheveux en profondeur. Et vous allez voir vraiment une différence dans vos cheveux du jour au lendemain. C'est incroyable. Est-ce que vous avez des questions par rapport aux cheveux? On dirait que ça bug un peu. J'ai de la misère à voir si quelqu'un est là. Mais c'est pas grave, je vais continuer. Fait que si vous avez des questions, OK. Pas de questions. It's OK. OK. Donc, si vous avez des questions, gênez-vous pas. Ça va me faire plaisir d'y répondre. Par la suite, un autre trio, dans le fond, c'est 4 produits qui est formidable. C'est les produits Fructis qui vont venir fortifier les cheveux. Vous savez, quand on fait des décolorations aux cheveux, ça va venir vraiment les abîmer. Puis, on veut vraiment venir réparer ça en profondeur. Et les produits Fructis, dans le fond, qui sont bourrés de vitamines pour venir renforcer les cheveux et sont eux autres aussi formidables. Ça dépend vraiment de ce que vous cherchez. Si vous cherchez une hydratation en profondeur, j'irai avec ces produits-là. Si vous cherchez à réparer le cheveu, j'irai avec cette gamme-là. Donc, c'est la gamme Fructis Strength et elle est formidable. Donc, je vous présente chaque produit. On a encore une fois le shampoing et le revitalisant, bien sûr. Et ensuite, on a la crème sans rinçage qui donne 10 bienfaits. Donc ça, c'est vraiment un soin tout en un qui va glober 10 problèmes. Donc, il va il va fortifier les cheveux, il va réduire la chute du cheveu. Donc, ce que je vis présentement, la chute postpartum de cheveux, ça serait un bon produit à utiliser. Il va venir discipliner les cheveux, donc les petits frizzy hair qu'on ne veut pas, puis qu'on a souvent l'été avec la chaleur et tout. Mais là, ça va venir nous aider avec ça. Il va venir ajouter une brillance intense. Il va venir réduire les pointes fourchues, les fameuses pointes fourchues qu'on a tant peur de venir couper parce qu'on ne veut pas couper de la longueur. Mais là, il va venir aider à prévenir les pointes fourchues. Il va venir réduire les dommages causés par la brosse. Donc, tu sais, quand on se brosse les cheveux, des fois, on voit une chute de cheveux qui fait peur. Justement, je peux vous le dire, je suis là-dedans. Et ça va venir aider à éviter la chute de cheveux trop intense. Il va venir hydrater les cheveux. Il va venir les démêler. Il va venir contrôler les frisottis 48 heures et il va venir... il ne va pas donner un effet qui est alourdissant, comme je disais tantôt. C'est ce qu'on ne veut pas parce qu'après ça, on se frise les cheveux ou peu importe. Puis là, on a tous les cheveux, comme on dit, aplatis sur la tête. Mais là, il ne va pas venir faire ça. Fait que c'est une bonne gamme pour venir réparer les cheveux. Ensuite, il y a le sérum réducteur de chute de cheveux qui va venir vraiment cibler ce problème. Fait que celui-là, moi, je l'applique avant le produit, celui-là, puis ça l'aide vraiment. J'ai vu qu'il y a des questions qui ont rentré. Je vais faire une petite pause, puis je vais pouvoir vous répondre à vos questions. Donc, on demande quel est l'effet d'un masque capillaire par rapport à un après-shampoing. Le masque capillaire va venir hydrater en profondeur. Donc, le masque capillaire ici qu'on a, c'est à l'acide hyaluronique. C'est pour les cheveux extrêmement déshydratés. Il va venir donner un boost d'hydratation, mais vraiment, vraiment, vraiment intense. C'est à ça que ça sert un masque après shampoing. Puis, j'ai utilisé les deux dans ma routine. Un masque, ça va venir nourrir les cheveux plus profondément et qu'un après-shampoing, dans le fond, qu'un revitalisant ordinaire. C'est idéal pour tous les jours, le revitalisant. Le masque, je dirais que je le ferais 1 à 2 fois par semaine maximum. Si vous avez vraiment, vraiment, vraiment besoin d'hydratation, sinon 1 fois par semaine, là, ça va être amplement correct. Une autre question, est-ce qu'il peut provoquer la chute de cheveux? Il y a tant de choses qui peuvent provoquer la chute de cheveux et je suis là-dedans présentement. Il y a les hormones, la vieillesse, la sécheresse, les changements même climatiques. Moi, quand je remarque que mon cuir chevelu n'est pas pareil quand je passe de l'hiver à l'été, j'ai les cheveux plus secs, plus abîmés, endommagés. Ben c'est ça. Dans le fond, c'est bon d'aller voir la cause profonde avant de cibler avec tel ou tel produit, là. Je vois d'autres questions qui rentrent. Quel est l'ingrédient qui aide à renforcer les cheveux? C'est l'extrait d'orange sanguine qui est dans ce produit qui va venir renforcer les cheveux en profondeur. Et c'est un des fruits les plus concentrés en vitamine C et en biotine. Fait que c'est vraiment bon pour les cheveux. Ah, mes petites côtes, hein? C'est vraiment bon pour les cheveux, pour venir réparer les cheveux et tout. Si vous avez d'autres questions, gênez-vous pas. Je ne vais pas aller trop vite, sinon on va passer à un autre produit. Fait que peut-être une petite dernière question si quelqu'un a des questions. Sinon, on continue. OK. Je pense qu'il n'y a pas d'autres questions, sinon on va y revenir plus tard. Donc, on passe au vernis à ongles. Les fameux vernis à ongles SI. On les aime d'amour, ces vernis-là. Premièrement, je tiens à mentionner qu'ils sont formulés 108 formules toxiques et ils sont véganes, ils sont sans formaldéhyde et plein d'autres ingrédients qui sont néfastes. Ils sont juste merveilleux. Je vais juste vous sortir l'embout pour vous montrer. Regardez comment que l'embout est épais. Et ça va aider à appliquer le vernis à ongles d'une frappe. Vous savez, là, j'ai des ongles, mais vous savez, quand on applique le vernis à ongles, ça fait une super de belle ligne de vernis à ongles. C'est juste incroyable. Et j'ai 2 belles couleurs. Tant qu'à le faire, je vais le faire devant vous. Je vais mettre du vernis à ongles et regardez. Oh! Prête pour l'été, les amis. Et celle-là, c'est la couleur Swan in the Lagoon. Elle est juste trop belle. C'est un beau rose parfait pour l'été. Il va falloir que je fasse les autres ongles. J'aurai pas le choix. Je vais me préparer à l'été. Et celle-là, c'est la couleur Boatload of Love. C'est trop beau. Et vous pouvez faire aussi des manicures vraiment cool. Ce que j'aime faire, c'est m'acheter plusieurs couleurs de vernis à ongles. Exemple 2 couleurs. Et je fais des bouts de manicure. Exemple, je vais faire ce doigt-là complètement rose. Celui-là, je vais juste faire le bout de mon ongle. Après ça, un autre, je vais faire des petits points, peu importe. On peut s'amuser, c'est ça qui est le fun. Et sont vraiment beaux, sont disponibles en plein de teintes. Vous pouvez vous amuser amplement. Puis sont super brillants. La formule est juste de qualité de salon. C'est juste incroyable. Donc, tous les beaux produits que j'ai mentionnés aujourd'hui sont disponibles chez Walmart. Donc, si vous avez des favoris, je vous dis, là, ils ont été testés et je peux vous dire que sont juste merveilleux, ces produits-là. Si vous avez des questions, c'est le temps parce que moi, ça finit déjà mon blabla de tous les produits d'aujourd'hui. Donc, sinon, vous pouvez me retrouver sur Instagram. Venez me poser des questions. Si vous avez des questions, ça va me faire plaisir d'y répondre. Puis, j'ai hâte à l'été. J'ai hâte d'essayer plein de nouveaux looks et je vous conseille fortement d'aller vous amuser parce qu'au pire, la pire chose, c'est qu'on peut laver notre visage et recommencer. Il y en a beaucoup qui me demandent souvent comment tu fais pour faire des eyeliners ou vraiment précis sans te moffer. Je dis, on essaye et sinon on efface et on recommence. Il n'y a rien de plus grave que ça. Donc voilà, j'espère que vous avez eu plusieurs coups de cœur là-dedans et on se reparle sur Instagram. Donc merci d'avoir assisté. Ça finit déjà le Festival Beauté. Donc bonne fin de journée. Bye!